The comedians are in the house. The thought leaders are in the house. The people who say it like they mean it. And let's hope they don't get us canceled or at least indefinitely suspended. I want to bring in now Francesca Fiorentini, is a political commentator, comedian, and the
My
host of the
sound just
Room,
went out. Hold on,
podcast.
John.
George Hahn's sound just went out. You hear him.
Yes, you have to do my intro again. Sorry.
George Hahn is a writer, an actor, and a humorist. And then also joining us is Godfrey, the one and only comedian Godfrey.
What's up, dude?
I don't think George can hear us. So, comedian, you're on the road. Are you performing tonight, Godfrey?
Oh, I just got back from London, doing the London circuit, Leicester Square Theatre. Sold out those shows, which was awesome. Just got back yesterday. Then when I got off the plane, I went down to the Comedy Cellar, did 2 sets at 1 a.m.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
Francesca, you know, right?
Relentless.
You've been there.
A little bit. Yes, totally been there. I'm at Godfrey's level, and don't double check that. But yes, so good to be on with you, Don. Good to be on with you, Godfrey. Welcome back.
George Hahn, are you with us?
I am. Technical difficulties, but we figured it out. Hi, guys.
Thank you. You are with us, as well as Grace Jones in the background. Okay, so
pull up to the bumper, baby.
Let's talk about this. Godfrey, when you heard about the Jimmy Kimmel, what did you think? And now that he's back, what do you think?
Well, when he got canceled, I said, "Oh, what did he say?" And then I was like, "Really?" And the joke was like, he was talking. It was really Trump that was blowing off the Charlie Kirk situation. He was talking about his dumb ballroom. You know, remember he goes, "Well, how do you feel?" He goes, "I feel good. We have a ballroom. We're doing our ballroom." I'm like, what? I was like, that's what he did. He goes, "We have the trucks out there. It's going to be a wonderful ballroom. Isn't it going to be great?" I was like, what are you doing? Like, he blew Charlie off, and all Jimmy Kimmel said was like, "Can't you have some empathy for your guy who was, you know," so, and that's all it was. And then we got canceled. I was like, what? But then this is the power of the people, man. People were canceling their subscriptions. I heard people going, "I'm not even going to Disneyland anymore. I'm not doing any of that." And for him to be right back, I'm looking forward to his monologue.
You are.
Oh, yeah.
I am too. Yeah. Go ahead. Jump in.
No, I'm definitely looking for. I mean, I think, the real lesson here is people still have power despite the Democratic Party being kind of a wet noodle.
Thank you. Do people still have power? Thank you for saying that. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No. And I think, Godfrey said it, and I think they do. And you can still take action, bit.ly/boycott Disney ABC. A good friend of mine, Nalini Stamp, is all over this campaign. Even fans, right? There are fans of Andor. You're like, I watched Andor on Disney Plus. I'm good. I know how to rise up against the Empire, and you guys are acting like the effing Empire. So let's go. There are people been protesting outside. Writers have also been protesting. And so I think, to me, the question is, we're not forgetting this. We're on alert. Everyone's been put on alert. Comedians have definitely been put on alert. I absolutely think we're going to see censors come into clubs. I'm very sure of this, that this is going to happen in the next few years. We all have edgy Trump jokes, all of us, okay? And people get scared, so either studios are going to be like, "Do you have a Trump joke? Ooh, we're going to pass on that." Or, you'll have actual, stewards of the FCC, little Brendan Carrs, running around being like, "Hey, you can't tell that joke." And I do think we're going to see that, and we have to push back on it.
Yes.
George, do you think that kind of chill? And do you think two things? Do you think Jimmy's going to, moderate somehow?
Well, that's the question I have right now. The question is Jimmy going to be, in order to be back on the air, is a condition of his being put back on the air that he has to apologize, make a donation to Talking Points Memo, or be muzzled in some way, alter his tone?
Turning Point USA.
I wish it was Talking Points Memo. That'd be tight.
I'm sorry, Turning Points Memo. My apologies. That was C. All right. And also, Jimmy did nothing wrong. He told a joke that was maybe not the best one in retrospect, which is not a crime. All right?
I didn't think it was bad.
It wasn't even a bad joke.
The worst thing he should have had to do was, on the next night's monologue, apologize for making a bad joke, apologize if people misconstrued or I spoke out of however you want to craft it. I'm not in his writer's room. But That's the worst he should have had to endure. This was dumb, all right? And this was authoritarian, autocratic, oligarchy bullshit. And
Yeah.
this is Brendan Carr pleasing his dear leader. And by the way, here's a little life lesson by just looking at Brendan Carr. I was today years old when I learned that Brendan Carr was 46. I thought that bitch was in his mid-60s. Being a prick will age you.
It will age you. Evil people. Evil
Oh my
people.
gosh. You know, it reminded me of because I went on to Piers Morgan and it was.
Oh, that was crazy, Don.
And someone said to me, Don, do you realize that you and Piers Morgan are the same age and he looks 70 and you look 40?
Yo,
and I went and looked and we're the same age.
Piers has always looked 72.
Case in point.
He's like Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones always looked 68.
Yeah. Walter Matthau looked 75 when he was 20.
When he was 20, right.
Yeah, I mean,
I think grifting will do that to you, but go on.
Yes.
I mean, and Piers Morgan is now out here on Twitter being like, you see, it was just a suspension and now everything's fine. And so like we are being gaslit on top of the gaslighting, on top of the it's just an endless gaslighting sandwich.
Money talks here.
Money talk, that's it.
100%. I mean, look, Nexstar and Sinclair have not clarified that they're going to let Jimmy Kimmel back on to their like local stations. So we will see. But this is really all because not only they wanted to please the leader, they wanted to please the FCC and Trump because they wanted to grease the wheels so that our media becomes even more and more and more consolidated. There are fewer spots for people like Jimmy Kimmel, right? There are fewer spots for comedians. All of this is a massive, consolidation, which is why I do think is an attack on workers as well, not just the writers and staff and crew of the Kimmel Show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, but so many others. And I think that it's time we understand like the deals that SAG-AFTRA struck and that WGA struck were okay given, the situation, but they're not good enough. There's not enough protections from AI, and there's certainly not enough protections enough from authoritarianism. Disney's going to go whatever the way they think they're going to make money. Okay, they want to, do some inclusivity when it comes to LGBTQ plus characters, black and brown characters. Amazing, right? Cool. That's because they want our dollars. That's because they want our money. But if they want to make a move like consolidate local stations or appease Sinclair, appease Nexstar, they will fire Jimmy Kimmel. So again, we're now being told that it wasn't indefinite. Bullshit. We all saw this. They said indefinitely. This
they thought because people are so loyal to Disney. I went to Disneyland like 2 years ago with my friend who used to be Mickey Mouse. She was Mickey Mouse for 8 years.
Oh, congrats.
So I went with her because she knew all the all the times that each character was coming out. Those were her friends. So I went and I just wanted to meet the Goofy and the Mickey Mouse. She goes, "Oh, my friend, Mickey Mouse is coming at 3:15." So I was able to just navigate and get the hell out of there. But these people in Disney, the Disney fans are super. They love Disney so much. I talked to some of the employees. They said, "Oh yeah, I've been working here 20 years. I love Disney." So they were riding on that people are going to be loyal to Disney. And it was great. People were like, you know what? I'm canceling Hulu. I'm canceling everything. And that's great.
I don't think the numbers are in yet. I want to know how much did Disney. I want to know how many people canceled Disney Plus. I'm one of them. And I hope you all saw Ron Perlman's.
George, we lost
you. Yo, you went out for a second. Do it over. Say it over.
We all saw Ron Perlman's what?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Ron Perlman said, I just signed up for Disney Plus. Pause, because you're about to hate him. And he said, so I could cancel it again. I really want to know how many people canceled when those numbers come out, how much money Disney stood to lose. And again, as I said, I want to know if Jimmy's going to be sort of if he's under some mandate to not talk about Dear Leader in the way he was or be critical. Because that's the real chill here for me, or one of the real chills here. And also, on a personal note, I used to have the sickest crush on Bob Iger. Like, he was my CEO, ultimate, like, fantasy affair daddy.
No.
And now I'm like, you know what? Never mind, bro. This is, I guess you're on the maybe later list.
Dude, I
He's not
thought
a
that's
he's
not
not
the
a
most
bad
embarrassing
looking
crush
man, but
ever.
it
Oh,
looks like
I
he's like
think Bob's a handsome guy.
I mean,
He's
he's
like
not
a
a bad
silver
looking
puff.
man, but he's kind of, you know what a pocket gay is? He's not gay.
Pocket gay. What's that?
He's not gay. It's a little gay. It's like, a short king. Is he a short king? He looks like a short king.
Oh,
Just
No.
you
because
guys
they're
got
short
you
doesn't
guys
mean-
got so many terms in the
He's
gay
tall?
community.
He's taller than me. I think he's
No,
around
short
5'.
king is not a gay.
Not a
guy.
height
That's
thing?
just a short dude.
What's
That's
wrong
it.
with being a
Bob Iger's
pocket
not.
gay?
There's
He's
nothing
No,
mean.
but you guys, the gay community always has. My friends always they always have so many terms. Like my buddy Akeem, he always tells me terms. I go, "What's that mean? Do you know what platinum gay is? You know what gold star gay is?" I go,
I don't
"Nah,"
know.
and I
Gotta
use
tell
it on
Daddy what these
stage. And anytime my gay fans will go, "Oh, you know your stuff," I go,
Yeah.
Akeem told me as a heterosexual man. Akeem told me about platinum gay and gold star gay, and I know it, and it's not a credit card. Okay.
I like it.
I think
Wait
it
till
was
the
something like
Centurion gay comes out. I don't know what
No,
that is.
I lost my CEO daddy crush on Bob Iger, which is the bummer. But
did.
also, this was about power and money. And as our friend, I hate to echo what my friend Scott Galloway often says, but cable news and also late night TV, they are not growth businesses, and they're all going to go out anyway.
Mm.
I personally cannot remember the last time I watched a late night show, whether it's Fallon, Kimmel, Colbert. I haven't watched them on the schedule,
No.
linear
Really?
The Daily
wise,
Show,
Seriously.
in
same thing.
probably a decade.
Yeah.
I catch pieces on social media. That's where this is going. All right.
Mhm.
And Trump sees the networks like he's in the 80s in his head. It's ABC, CBS, and NBC. Like, okay, Dad, Grandpa, but Jimmy, wherever he landed, would be fine. He will find his audience. It could be a podcast. He'll do it with a smaller staff. That's where this is going.
Yeah.
Um, And, maybe Fallon, maybe Myers, maybe they're next. But again, those guys are going to be okay. But what they're going to be doing is kind of like what Don is doing, is kind of like creating his own media empire-lit and but look we're talking on it.
Unless they
That's where this
leak,
is
unless
going.
they leak into YouTube and start because Donald will be like, "Get them at YouTube, get them."
But they're
Get 'em
not
everywhere.
monitored. I don't think YouTube is monitored by the FCC. So
But I
they'll
think,
Good,
be-
that's
beautiful.
just
Yeah, it's not-
to reply I respond to that. I do think that that's why I say it is a broader attack on workers, and what is happening now is this, a lot of the streaming overplayed their hand. It's not giving them the money they necessarily wanted. And so, that is why they're going to be letting them go. And I think Colbert, it really is important to see how this moment, reflects on what happened to Colbert, right? Because you have CBS, another company that paid out Donald Trump over some BS lawsuit they didn't have to pay. They capitulated to him there, and then they quietly canceled Colbert, not for over anything he said. And now they're handing that money to a right-wing figure like Barry Weiss, who's coming over from Substack and bringing all her opinions to CBS. So it really is, it's political through and through, and they're going to make it look like it's economic. They're going to make it look like, oh, we can't do these kinds of shows anymore. Meanwhile, guess what nightly show is going strong as hell? Greg Gutfeld.
Yeah,
Okay?
Gutfeld.
So miss me with the I understand people don't watch it anymore, but there is something very important about having these late shows. I mean, especially competing in the comedy space for narratives like this. I mean, we've seen a rise in right-wing, Trump glazing MAGA comics who've been very silent right now, even though they made their whole careers off of talking about cancel culture and this. And now when it actually happens from the state, they got nothing to say. They are
Nothing.
quiet as hell.
Yeah.
It's
And I think we
hilarious to
should
me
point
that
that
the guy screaming about cancel culture is doing it from the Oval Office with his own social media network and has an open door on the most watched cable news channel on the planet.
Yep.
Like, really? No one's canceling you, honey.
Yeah.
But you're not being silenced, sugar. Not with your own social network. But,
George,
I'm sorry, Don. Go ahead.
go ahead. You and I know about television, right? We know about the ratings, working in television, having lots of friends in television. And just being a consumer, anyone can really talk about this. If you get someone to subscribe and usually they're going to keep it for a while, right? Unless you do something egregious like this. But when viewer habits start to change, like when I cut the cord, I was like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? I cut the cord when I was on CNN.
Yeah.
I had streaming. I streamed my whatever I wanted. You know, you can get every single channel that you don't have to get on cable, right? It's
Right.
just by streaming. And so I'm wondering if people are going to go back, because I see a lot of people in this chat, and I see a lot of people online saying, I'm not going back. And which is that, you think this has done some permanent damage?
Oh, the habits have shifted. You know, the way consumer habits have shifted. The way content has become available to us is very different than it was 15, 10, 5, even 2 years ago in some cases. I cut the cord. I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to flex here. I cut the cord, I think, in 08.
Damn.
Woo!
Damn.
You were an early adapter.
And
Phew.
yeah. And I have not looked back. I really haven't. Occasionally I would have a little FOMO about one or two things, but honestly, really not much.
Yeah.
And as far as I can tell, cable news, and this is painting with a broad stroke here, but cable news is really about opinions. It is there to validate me or infuriate me. And if I want news, if I want to find out what happened, I'm going to look at NPR. PBS NewsHour is amazing, all right? And mostly, like, young people probably haven't watched it. But if you really want news and want to know what happened in the world, seriously, do yourself a favor, stream or watch PBS NewsHour. That's information. Associated
read.
Press. And read.
That's what I do.
Yeah, read.
Our habits have changed. I haven't watched, like you, Don, I haven't watched this in real time. I've not watched linear television in years.
It's amazing to watch. Francesca, I'm gonna let you finish.
No.
Just tell you that, I'm pulling a Kanye here.
No, go.
I was in a hotel all of last week in DC, and when I flipped the thing on, it turned on to cable news, and it happened to turn on, and Fox News was on, and I was like, oh boy. But then when I looked at, I sat and I looked at it, I was around all day doing an IRL live stream, just talking to people impromptu, running into congressmen and senators in the street or in the wild and just talking to them. And then I get back and I turn it on to cable news, and I was like, wow, this really looks and feels old. Because
archaic.
Everyone is like,
hello, welcome to.
Or they're doing this. No, you're a bigot. No, you're racist. No, you're stupid. No, you're a lib. And I'm like, what is happening?
It's enragement. It is enragement. Media companies, tech companies figured this out a long time ago. Scott Galloway, I narrate his weekly newsletter. It's about enragement. And tech companies figured out that that's the one thing that sells better than sex is rage.
Wow.
Yeah.
And people love it. It's like heroin. It's addicting. It's as I said, you go to cable news to get validated or infuriated. But then I'm an NPR junkie, proud supporter, and the tone is like night and day. No one's yelling at each other. They're
total
talking.
Upper West Side.
The tone drives me nuts. Sometimes I listen to NPR. Like
Upper West Side.
What's your point?
Shout out. I mean, look, I think people should support PBS and NPR, but I listen to sometimes NPR and I'm like, I think I'm MAGA now, dog. Like, I get it. Like, it's too calm. I'm like, I need something that's it has a little bit of flavor and isn't just so down here and everything's
very low. It's very low. Yeah.
You need a little hot sauce.
We don't live in authoritarianism.
Is this NPR? Good. Welcome to Fresh Air.
Yeah.
I love Terry Gross. Don't you dare.
They're all whispering.
Did I say anything bad? Everybody's just kind of like this.
Now time for a jazz hour.
It's called civility.
Yeah, it's also civility. But one thing I was going to say is, does anyone else have DVDs in their eBay carts right now? Because I am I just signed up for Disney Plus a few months ago. I got a 3-year-old daughter, and I'm like, I'm paying $20 a month because they make you pay more for no ads to watch Lilo and Stitch over and over again. I could just buy a DVD. What is wrong with me? I have a DVD player. It's sitting and collecting dust. So I'm just like, they realize we can buy these movies.
I want to play this hang on, George, a second. And Francesca, I want you to respond to it because this is kind of the whole idea. This is not a new idea. This is just the latest version of it that's playing out. This is George Carlin from decades ago. Watch this.
The FCC, an appointed body, not elected, answerable only to the president, decided on its own that radio and television were the only two parts of American life not protected by the First Amendment to the Constitution. And why did they decide that? Because they got a letter from a minister in Mississippi. A Reverend Donald Wildman in Mississippi heard something on the radio that he didn't like. Well, Reverend, did anyone ever tell you there are two knobs on the radio? But hey, Reverend, there are two knobs on the radio. One of them turns the radio off, and the other one changes the station. Imagine that, Reverend. You can actually change the station. It's called freedom of choice, and it's one of the principles this country was founded upon. Look it up in the library, Reverend, if you have any of them left when you finish burning all the books.
Francesca, that's where we are right now.
Classic.
I mean, this is the kind of fire. And what's sad is that, so many people love Carlin, right? Like a lot of comics will be like, I love Carlin, Carlin's my inspiration. Then they get up on stage and, Godfrey, you can tell me whether you agree with this or not. They'll get up on stage and be like, just do like 20 minutes about, dick jokes. And like, I love a dick joke. That's fine. You could do, whatever. Everyone's got to have some, low hanging fruit, not to relate it with dick jokes. But the point is like, where's that fire? You know what I mean? Where is the stuff that is truly edgy? Because
people are afraid. I'm a comic that pushes the envelope. So I was in London, but I gotta give a shout out to London because they were awesome. But at the last, this lady, I had a joke about Jesus Christ and what he might have looked like. And so I said, well, I think he was a dark dude. He had dark dude problems, And so the lady gets, I said, I think he's a black guy. Everybody can feel what they think he looks like. And she goes, no, he was mixed race. He was mixed race. He was mixed. I mean, she watched the whole show. It was an hour and 5, and she decided to but he was mixed race. I said, and I told the whole audience, I said, you see how I know he's black? She's too angry. The place erupted.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
yeah. So it's like it's a lot of comics are scared. They're just afraid that so they take the easy route. Men and women, they take the easy route.
Oh yeah.
I like to go there because I saw George Carlin in concert at the Beacon in New York.
Yeah.
So I saw him live. So yeah,
Okay,
I got
guys.
to see him live. So.
Okay, I want to play this for you now because I want to bring the doctor in to talk about it. Doctor, are you here? There's a doctor here. Dr. Frida is here. She's a triple board certified medical doctor with certifications in nephrology, hypertension, and diabetes. She's also the host of the Dr. Frida YouTube channel. Doctor, thank you for joining us. I brought you in a little bit early because I just want the comedians and these guys to respond to this. This is Donald Trump earlier, okay? Now, what we're going to talk about is very serious with the doctor because it is about vaccines and autism. It's about autism and Tylenol, acetaminophen, except Donald Trump had this moment in the White House while making the announcement just moments ago. Watch.
Effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of let's see how we say that, acetaminophen. Is that okay? Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol during pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism.
Okay. now
A sheet.
and they said black women have brain processing power, but I'm just
see you
saying.
next lifetime.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good, wasn't it? I did very well.
That's great.
No matter who you're talking to, I don't care who it is. The fact that it's the president of the United States stands apart. But even if it were anybody random, as soon as you're struggling that much with that word, I will not pay attention to a single thing that comes out of your mouth. The next thing out of your mouth is like, I don't. You are a dumbass, and I don't.
I can't listen to him at all. I mean, that clip you
Oh,
played.
George, I can't
love
believe you
it.
didn't read the thing before. That shows
Talk
you
about justifying cutting the cord, because that's all the cord features is that guy. I can't. He
Oh,
literally
that
my
was
stomach.
wonderful.
That's a good
He
point.
That was
literally
wonderful.
turns my stomach.
That was so good.
if Kimmel doesn't use that tomorrow, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Oh yeah.
I got-
Baby.
I think Kimmel should start his
I
monologue
got
in
a
fifth
text.
gear. Like, go.
But I
Let me
love
read
the end
this.
when he wraps up how bad he reads and he goes, it's Tylenol. In other words, it's a paraphrase for Tylenol. La la la.
Wait, can you
La la
reenact
la la
that?
la la la.
Godfrey, reenact that moment for us.
It says here that the this new medicine is called. It's called. I said, well, oh wow, this is tough. I'm a very good reader. Hold on. This is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Chimchimery. I know words. I have a thesaurus. I have a thesaurus. That's a different word. So Tylenol, basically.
Beautiful.
Thank you guys.
Beautiful.
You guys are the best. If Jimmy doesn't use that tomorrow night, I'm going to be so disappointed in him.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.